Welcome back to the Sunday Live Show. Welcome back to the Sunday Live Show. The most accurate, the most accurate stream, most accurate stream, and the stream that's gonna make you the most money, especially during the most important time, which is right now. Which is right now. All right. Whole lot of money to be made right now. We're gonna let the live stream cook up a little bit, let people join. In the meantime, like it, subscribe, follow, follow. All right. We got a lot to look at. We got a lot to look at. We got some good things to look at. We got some really good things to look at. Okay. All right. I was telling you guys 445. You see the cues at 445, right? We had people coming on here saying there's gonna be a pullback, and whatever, whatever it may be. It's just sad, man. It's just sad to see. It's sad to see people get, not listen. Not listen during the most euphoric time. Man, since 1929, man. It's sad to see. It's sad to see, but there's a lot of money to be made. Make sure we get to this stream to like 5K likes. Like the YouTube as well. Send some love. I mean, come on now. We're going to look at Apple. We're going to look at Meta. We're going to look at everything. But first, we need at least 5K likes, okay? We need at least 5K likes in here, okay? Yeah. Hope everybody's weekend's good. I hope you guys are looking at crypto as well, man. That's what we've been paying attention to on the weekends. And 3K this past weekend. My girl Gigi, $700. Chad, $1,000. So look, man. Crypto, stocks. When the stock market's not open, obviously we deep diving into crypto. Because we know what happens in market cycles. We know what happens in market cycles. Okay? We know what happens. But like I said, let's run up the stream and then we'll get started. Let's run up the stream and then we'll get started. We'll get some analysis. And then we'll move on. Right? Right? All right, so you guys know how we like to start. If we like starting off looking at the cues and then we'll move on to the dollar. We'll look at other indexes as well. And then we'll just go from there. We'll free for all and, get some individual stocks going and everything like that, okay? So the main thing I want you guys to pay attention to is what the Qs is doing right now, okay? The Qs right now, it has reached its measure move. Now, does that mean there's going to be a pullback inside the market? A lot of people think, it reaches measure move, it's going to be a pullback. We've been talking about 445 ever since, the Qs is at 347. Ever since it was sitting inside this flag when, a lot of people turned bearish in October, this is actually when we were begging you to buy right here in October, okay? Now you see that it made its measure move. We were saying it's going to get to 445, over $100 move in October. So much money was made during that time. So much money was made during that time. Now, will it continue is the question a lot of people are asking themselves, and is there still time to make money? And the answer is absolutely yes. Okay, so usually what happens when we reach these measure moves is it likes to overshoot. Okay, that means it likes to continue to go up, and I don't think the Q is going to stop at 445. I think SPY can get to potentially 580 plus. Okay, just based off of a bit of things we're seeing with the dollar, etc., which we'll get into, but. The last measure move we had was back here when the market was at, or the Q was at 290, and I told you guys it was going to get to 350 or 340, and it ended up going to 390. Okay, so now that it's reached this measure move, we kind of got to do some new analysis a little bit. And me personally, I'm looking at the bigger channel that it's in, and I potentially see this getting to the top of the channel at around 500. Okay, so yes, the stream, we got bigger price targets now. Now that our price targets have hit, you know, SPY is at 500. The price target hit. We knew it was going to get to 500. Now, personally, me, I think it's going to continue. Okay? The market is in a very bullish period. So, knowing that it's going to continue, the reason I'm saying that is because you look at the dollar, and the dollar hasn't gone through what we usually see it go through when the market is extremely bullish. Okay? We documented the May and July run when the dollar had that huge jump. It ran back up, and then we see November and December. Some of you guys remember that time you saw 30K profits in the profit section in the Discord, and everybody was making a whole lot of money. There is going to be a time, and it's going to be very soon, in my opinion. I think it probably takes place, you know, between March and through like June or July. Okay, this time period right now is where you really want to lock in. You really want to lock in. Okay, you want to buckle down on going out and buying a new Gucci belt. Okay, because it might be more worth it to step inside the Discord and hop into a crypto, and hop into one of these cryptos that we've been talking about. Okay, it might be time to dial down a little bit and, you know, put 200 in a Filecoin or something. Okay, because what we have right here is the February to question mark super run that hasn't taken place yet. That'll bring the dollar to be honest, I think the dollar goes below 97. I think we get like a 90. Man, I think the dollar is going to end up crashing a whole lot right here. Okay. All right. So when you're paying attention to something like the dollar, you know it's sitting at a resistance. You know it has now reached a peak at that 105. You know it's ready to come down. You know what happens when the dollar starts actually coming down. You see it happening. What? You see it happening. What? Small caps, right? Small caps. You know, obviously the Qs, etc. But where's the most potential? Where can you front run the most people? That's not gonna happen with the FANG stocks anymore. Okay, that was last year. That was last year. Okay, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm about to hop into some Microsoft and some Nvidia. Now you still can. I think those are going to go up, but you know that's not where the major opportunity is. The major opportunity is now sitting in the small caps, and you know obviously tech as well. And what you have with IWM is that it is sitting in this huge channel that I think IWM is going to end up getting back to 300. Okay. You guys notice a change in what's happening during these live streams. We were sitting here talking. Obviously, we talked about IWM and TNA a lot of the time, but now I want you guys to put your main focus on these mid caps and these small caps. That's where the money is. Now you can sit here and you can mess with Microsoft and you know you can do what you want. I really don't care, you know. But these are already at all-time highs, so the money is going to ending up rotating into these mid caps and small caps. If you guys haven't been in bull markets, if you haven't been inside of a bear market, trust me, I've been doing this for a very long time. I know what's going to happen when markets end up making all-time highs and the dollar hasn't dropped as much as it should. The money's going to end up rotating into these small mid caps, crypto like you're already seeing, etc. And look, man, I just don't want to come back in June. I've been coming back. There's been a lot of people making a lot of money, but some people just don't listen. So this is your chance to actually listen if you haven't been listening since December 2022. If you haven't listened since December 2022, when we were talking about this is the bottom, you should be buying up as much as you can. Then you probably want to pay attention right now because, look, man, it's like the same opportunity but in small caps and mid caps. Okay, and I don't want to come back in June and July and y'all ain't do nothing. Okay, so we got the Qs potentially getting back to the top. I think it gets to around 300. Okay, I think that'll probably take place. You know, like I said, June, July, maybe April, etc. Okay, I think we do get some sort of acceleration because what you're seeing now is that the Qs or the IWM is now starting to close above its multi-year resistance that you've seen back in August 2022. Okay, you see it rejected here. You see it consolidated right here. This is back in March 2022. You're now getting a bunch of weekly closes and a lot of consolidation like you're seeing right here. So this is going to absolutely take off. IWM, TNA is what you really want to focus on. If you're inside the Discord, we're already well positioning you guys inside of these things. So, you know, you just got to join the Discord, look for the signal that we're talking about, and you're good. That's one of the perks of being inside the Discord, that you're able to literally, oh, he's talking on the live, but what is he entering into? We tell you the specific things we're getting into. and a lot of people have been making a lot of money. But yeah, TNA, IWM, those two look incredible. But anyways, let's hop straight into what individual stocks you guys want to look into. I know you guys got a lot. But first, I actually do want to look at the total crypto market market cap. Okay, currently we're at 2.3 trillion. I think this is, like I said, we've been making so much money in crypto, and I think you need to start paying attention to these small caps and crypto, and what you're potentially seeing right now. What you're potentially seeing right now is acceleration. This is something that we've been talking about for quite some time now, is that you see the crypto total market cap, which is very important because this means money is going to be coming into the crypto space, right? This means, the Ethereums and, Polkadots and Filecoin, whatever, Jasmy, a lot of you guys are inside of different things. Why does that keep popping up? Okay, but you got this going to at least 4,000, okay? The crypto total market cap almost doubling. I'm telling you guys, we're in a very, very important time in the market, okay? Very, very important time. So you want to make sure you're paying attention, all right? But anyways, let's check out some individual stocks, and then we'll move on. Crypto ain't going nowhere. Yes, you're right. Put some individual stocks in the Discord. Let's look at Tesla. A lot of people always ask about Tesla. We got to make sure we know what's happening with Tesla, okay? So for Tesla, we told you where the bottom was. The bottom was at 177, okay? We literally begged you guys to buy calls inside the Discord, right? We hopped into some March 15th or I think it was March 15th or April 19th. I don't know what we got into, but we made a lot of money on Tesla, over 100% a lot of the times, like even on Friday, okay? And I just do this just so you know, like we actually do this, okay? Like we don't sit in here play around. Like what I'm telling you guys, we implement, we put our real money into, and we go like that, okay? So just Friday, we looked at Tesla. We know Tesla is extremely bullish. We made it, over 3,500 just on a regular old Friday. So when you look at Tesla, this thing's sitting in a humongous bull flag at the bottom of the trend, okay? Sitting at the bottom of the trend. And let me delete all this just so you guys can get a very clear image, I'll draw some fresh TA for you guys. So you see it came into the buy area. Coincidentally, what do you know? It bounced straight from here. That's exactly where we bought. We bought at that when it went down to 177. That's exactly where we bought and swung it. But it's in the buying area right here. It's at the bottom of the trend, like you're seeing right here. Okay? Tesla, to me, looks extremely bullish. Now, I don't know if it's going to end up getting to all-time highs, but, if we sit here and draw the measure move, I can definitely see this getting to over, 330, okay? And I think it's going to start happening pretty quickly here just based off, like I always tell you guys, Tesla is the biggest small cap there is, right? Tesla moves like a small cap. It moves when the small caps usually move, okay? Tesla moves when the small caps usually move, okay? So I think Tesla's going to end up getting a 330. That's the measure move out of this bull flag. If you guys remember back in March 2023, we did the exact same thing, almost at this exact same time, like in the March time frames, and we were telling you that the measure move is to around 280, and that's exactly where it got. So now what you're seeing is the same sort of structure, but in a longer consolidation period. That's going to end up taking you to around 330 in my opinion, and I think you missed the bottom at 177. Okay, I don't think it gets back to 177. All right, so now what you want to focus on is trying to get a good entry. And to be honest, I think over here is a good entry for some long-term calls regardless. Like if you were to get some May monthly 240s and then just average in, if it does end up going a bit lower, then you'll probably end up doing very well, okay? So that's what I'll be paying attention to. But if you're in the Discord, no need to worry. We're gonna make sure you guys get a good entry on Tesla regardless, like we did on Friday, like we did when it went to 177, okay? So no worries. But anyways, let's move on. I think Tesla's going to end up getting a 330. All right. Anyways, let's move on to CLSK. A lot of people are getting scared inside of these Bitcoin miners, so I think today is the perfect time to talk about some Bitcoin miners. And I hate reminding you guys. Like, I hate coming in here and being like, hey, like I told y'all. But at the end of the day, we told you guys, we begged you guys to get into Bitcoin miners. To get into Bitcoin miners when it had its first pullback at around $6-7. A lot of people made a lot of money that are probably watching this stream right now. I'm telling you, Bitcoin miners are not done, and this pullback is what you want to pay attention to. Okay, if you're sitting here crying about, oh no, we went from 23 to $15. Look, man, maybe you need to go into something more boring. Maybe you need to start messing with, maybe you need to start messing with Coca-Cola. Maybe you need to start messing with something like this if you're not built for the volatility and not understanding when something is as volatile that goes from $7 to $23 that it's gonna have, maybe a 6, 7, 20% pullback, whatever it may be. Okay? And if you don't know how to trade as well as a lot of people do, knowing that you need to get these pullbacks and knowing that Bitcoin miners lag Bitcoin, I don't know what to tell you. But I say all that to say this is the perfect time to be looking at some Bitcoin miners, okay? So y'all like, you could have just said that, bro. You ain't had to roast me. Alright, so when you're looking at Bitcoin miners, especially CLSK, to me, this looks incredible. I absolutely love CLSK right here. The only time I would like it even better, is if it came down to around 1385. Okay, I don't think it's gonna get there, but if it ever comes down into this buying area, that's really like, man, you lucked out. You lucked out if it ever comes right here. So the way you should play CLSK, something that is going to end up getting to, look, I think this can potentially get to, over $60. Okay, so the way you would play this is getting into some June $25 calls. Buppy, go to your bed. You would just get some June 25 calls, and then you would sit on them. And then if it does come into the perfect buying area, like right here at this 13-14, you would average in. You get it? Okay? So when we're looking at something like CLSK and Bitcoin miners in general, you don't even have to ask me about any more Bitcoin miners. Like, we can sit here and talk about, if I'm saying this for CLSK, that means it's gonna the same thing for BT, the same thing for Mara, the same thing for Riot. Okay? They're all Bitcoin miners. They lag Bitcoin. They don't, so a lot of you guys are like, why is Bitcoin going to 70K and CLSK is dumping? Because Bitcoin miners usually lag, and sometimes they even outperform Bitcoin at some point for a little bit. Okay, so I bet you the next question is when CLSK is going crazy and Bitcoin miners are going crazy, they're like, why is Bitcoin going down? All right, so keep that in mind when you're trading these Bitcoin miners. It's not done by any means necessary. I mean, this thing went to $40 last run. You can anticipate this getting to 60 plus. All right. The only thing you gotta make sure you do is that you buy enough time in your contract, so maybe June. Like I said, look, man, if you're in the Discord, don't worry, I got you. But all right. Anyways, let's move on. Cardano to the moon. Yeah, Jasmine going stupid. Alright, let's look at Trip. No. Let's look at Trip and then we'll look at Alibaba, because I definitely want to look at Alibaba. I don't really care too much about Trip, but Trip is now trend shifting, and what you gotta realize about small caps, this is a $3.7 billion market cap. So obviously, like what we talked about in IWM and the dollar not going down or the dollar not even dumping yet, you have to realize that the dollar, small caps, crypto, that high risk on assets, they're gonna end up going crazy. Okay, that's just how markets work. So when you look at TripAdvisor, this is a risk on asset, and me personally, this has already ran up to $21 all the way to $28. So me personally, I don't really care too much about it, but it is sitting at a heavy resistance and a multi-year resistance, like you saw with IWM, right? So if you pay attention, like you see a lot of these small caps, they kind of had the same setup to where they're about to break out from these multi-year resistances. Okay? So you should anticipate Trip to move higher. I like it, but it's not something that I'm looking to get into, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. But Alibaba is 100% something you should be paying attention to, okay? Especially if you don't have any China exposure. Look, I'm big on if you want to balance your portfolio as much as you can. You want to treat your portfolio like you're running a hedge fund. A lot of you guys need to start thinking like that. I had to change my mind and actually start thinking like that, to where it's like, okay, I got the blue chips. Now, I want to mess with the risk on. I got to make sure I have some China exposure. I got to make sure I have some crypto exposure, etc. Okay, so when you're looking like for something like Baba, and the Hang Seng has not ran in a very long time, and guess what's happening right now is going through a huge double bottom like you're seeing right here. And if you zoom out, this thing is even on a trend line that you see that dates back all the way to 1998, and that it's gonna most likely end up maybe get into the top. A lot of you like the when China starts running, China starts running. It doesn't take long for it to get started going. Okay, so when you're looking at something like China and Alibaba in particular, I think it's a perfect time to start allocating some money. Start diversifying into some China type stocks. Okay, that's why you guys saw us getting a yen inside the Discord, and those ended up being 50-60% in like the first couple days, and it's not done. That's why we got into Baba. And Baba, look, if you guys remember what happened to Baba back when China had its first bottom out in October, this thing went from $61 to $120 in 2 months. Okay, so right here is where I would definitely be paying attention to Baba, because it looks like it's ready to make a move. I don't think there's no way the Hang Seng doesn't start moving when you have the crypto market, the stock market, the Indian market. All markets are going crazy except China, and China's been going through a 3-year downturn. Look, China's ready to go crazy. Okay, so yeah, I think Baba looks absolutely good. I have it inside of this channel. I think easily you can see. And to be honest, now that I'm looking even more at it, you can even say this is an A, B, C, and then D could potentially be way up here. Okay, but this looks incredible. I think this is going to end up getting to over, maybe $120 or something. But it looks good. The only way you can mess this up is if you don't buy time. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Options trading is just for alerts. No, like there's education in there as well. Like there's a bunch of stuff that goes on inside of here. Like somebody posted a chart not too long ago, and there's a bunch of stuff happening here. Okay. Bunch of stuff happening here. Somebody said, how much time? If you're in the Discord, just look. We already posted Alibaba, so just go look at it, what it is. Let's look at HPE. What is HPE? Yeah, I'm not looking at this. What's the time frame for Baba? I don't want Theta burn. Look, go on the Discord and look what contracts we got. Go look what we got. I'm new to trading. Where should I go? You should join the Discord, and you should go to the WAM Public School. Okay, there's introduction to options. I'm literally in there live teaching you. Let's look at Nike, because a lot of people are sleeping on Nike right now. Nike's actually a position that, hey, we might hop into inside of the Discord. Okay, we might hop into, and I think this one can make you a whole lot of money. Okay, so if you come over here and look at Nike. If you come over here and look at Nike, Nike is sitting in its buying area. So for you to even be bearish on Nike is not smart right here, because it's in its buying area. So if you want to be bearish on Nike, which I'm not, you would at least wait for it to come down and start having some candle closes below $100, because it hasn't had a candle close below $100, since October 2023, where you had that huge market pull down, if some of you guys remember. Okay, so it's sitting in this buying area. That's one thing that I really, really like. The other thing I really, really like is that, like I said, we talk about mid caps, we talk about small caps. We know mid caps are going to end up going crazy. That's why you guys saw TXN go so stupid, and that we called out. We called out TXN. Those contracts went up over 200, 300%. Okay. Buppy, go to your cage. Go to your cage. Nope, cage. That's why you guys saw those go so crazy. All right, so this is a mid cap, 154 billion. You gotta love it. Let's move on. Marvel, Riot, Disney, SE. SE's going stupid. SE's one that we've already been in that we've been making money from. I don't even want to talk about it, but this thing ready to, like, come on now. We told you about this one. We told you about this one over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. At some point, it's like either you're gonna listen or you're not. Either you're gonna listen or you're not. And this one obviously went stupid, okay? Obviously. Went dumb. And it's not even done. FMC. Let's look at FMC. FMC is one that I'm really, really excited for. I'm mad that I knew it was going to do what it did and I just forgot about it and didn't enter into it. I could have got a way better entry than it is right now. But when you look at FMC and you look at what has previously happened when this thing has made new all-time highs, this is exactly what it looks like, okay? A double bottom. The first little pump and then it comes back down. And then it double bottoms and then it takes you all the way back up. You saw the same thing happen here back in 2021. Double bottom, okay? You saw the same thing happen here. You saw the same thing happen here. Double bottom. Took you all the way back to all-time highs, okay? COVID, we're not going to count it as COVID, but double bottom. Back to all-time highs. So when you look at something like even double bottom down here, double bottom. Took you all the way back to all-time highs, okay? So what FMC likes to do is that it likes to double bottom, take you back to all-time highs. I absolutely love this one. I think FMC is ready to go. I mean, even you can look at it on a huge time frame and realize that it's sitting, I mean, at a trend. We can sit here and do something like this. This is a small cap, 7 billion. It's not going to take much for this to go. It even has, look, it's even double bottoming on the art. Look, you got to love this one, okay? I think this one can get back to potentially, you know, definitely 106, but, you know, maybe even, you know, 140 or, you know, 195 if it really gets going. If it really gets going, it could potentially get back to 195. I like it. All right. MU is blasting. Yes, MU is definitely blasting. I wonder why it's blasting. Look, this is what I tell you guys. If you go to the link in the bio, before we look at MU, go to the link in the bio. Let's follow the Twitter, okay? If we can get to 3,085, we'll continue to go over some stock plays, okay? So just go to the link in the bio. The Twitter is in there. But some of you guys, we took MU. Look, man, this is why you need to be, we called February 20th. Let's just look at where it was February 20th, okay? It's actually funny. It's actually funny when you look at what's actually been transpiring. February 20th, it was the bottom. It was the bottom. It was the bottom. And it ended up going up over $15. All right. So inside the Discord, this is what you get. In buying error, we'll let the average in at 74. A whole lot of chip news with Biden. Bull diversion on 8 hour, etc. We got the May 17th, the 85s, okay? You come over here, it was at 79.73 and gave you the TA, etc. And those ended up going stupid. Over 200%. Made a whole lot of money on that. Made a whole lot of money on that one. But yeah. Anyways, make sure you guys follow the Twitter. We'll look at MU and potential price targets once we get 2,085 followers. If not, hey man, we might as well end the stream. Puts for Monday, Mark. Yeah, all right. Look, even if it ended up being puts on Monday, what you got to realize is that the market goes a lot higher. The market goes a lot higher from here. And you guys know me. I don't even like looking. I don't care what's happening on an intraday basis. I don't care what's happening on a weekly basis. I really don't even care what's happening on a monthly basis. The trend is up. So if anything, we'll just get better entries. But yeah, we're not gonna start till we get 3,085. If we don't, hey man, we don't, and That's where the live stream is. That's where the live stream is. And, you know, I'll just keep everything else to the Discord, and we'll go like that. Okay? Excited for tomorrow. Oh, yeah, tomorrow should be very good. What was the double bottom stock again? I come on here. I come on here, give y'all game, straight game. Okay, y'all following now. I think I could swear I seen 3,084. We need 3 more, and then we can get started again. Opinion DNT. I think we might look at some crypto maybe at the end or something. We'll see. We'll see. ARK. Can we look at some cryptos after or not? Yeah, we'll probably look at some cryptos. We'll probably look at some cryptos. But like I said, you guys need to make sure you guys follow the Twitter. Need one more. We need one more. I followed here. We need Twitter. Okay. What were we looking at? What were we looking at? I forgot what we were looking at. Let me go back. Oh yeah, MU. Okay, so somebody asked about MU. What's MU doing? Obviously, we're already cooking up on this one. Okay, like we're already in the money, going stupid on MU. But if you still want to get into MU, you can zoom out and you can look at what MU usually does. Like in 2015, you saw it come to the top, you saw it go to the bottom, and that's usually just what it does. It's in a channel. It's in this huge channel, so you could potentially see this. My price target is to at least above $110. Okay, so I really like MU, and if you look at it, it's even trying to break out from, man, this dates back to 2000. This huge resistance level, but this time it's different. The reason it's different this time is because semiconductors and these little chips, they're actually very, very relevant more now than ever. So you should anticipate a huge breakout. This, man, a 21-year breakout is absolutely crazy. So that's why we see this get into at least 110. I mean, we could really go crazy, and if this ends up going, you know, even more, we could potentially see this at 127, etc. So, I actually look, man, MU's an incredible one. MU is an incredible one. Okay, I see it going to 127 or 110. You know, definitely higher than what it is now. All right, love it. Can you please explain how fibs work? You gotta go to the Wyoming Public School, man. Microsoft, this isn't a live stream where I usually teach, okay? You think it'll reach 120? Yeah, I think it'll probably get to 120. Okay, this is like nobody really is talking about Micron either, or MU. No one really talks about this one. This is like not many people know about this one, to where I'm like, man, this could get to 120 very easily. You saw it go up $5 in one day. Like, we called this one out, man, like a while ago. What about Pepe AI, bro? The double bottom works for Schurz. Baby likes MU. Oh yeah, MU's a good one. NVO going insane. TSM2. Yeah, TSM is kind of like it's funny because the time we were talking about all this, like we were begging you to get in. We were like, oh yeah, it broke this left shoulder. Is 100% gonna retest the head. It retested the head and it's been nothing up. But yeah, you should anticipate TSM to continue to go crazy. Like we're in a very unique time in the market right now. I'm telling you, I don't feel like I have enough money invested in the market, and I got hundreds of thousands. I don't feel like I got enough money in the market because when we look at this stuff, it's like, hey, yo, either is it just obvious to me or everybody? Is it just obvious to me or everybody? Because to me, this is probably about to be the easiest money ever made. If I was the market maker, I'd rug it right here. I'd rug it right here. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know. So we'll see. PLTR for wave 2. Let's see PLTR. Dang, PLTR went to exactly where we talked about it a while ago. But if you look at PLTR again, I mean, it gapped up for earnings. You guys know we like when stocks gap up for earnings, they usually continue. I mean, I think this can for sure still go. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is getting to $30 pretty easily. That's like a conservative price target. Yeah, this like it hasn't even reached this usual rejection point, which is like so the Fibonacci. If you use it in the reverse way that I just showed you guys, that's like the bounce area for the other way. But it's the reject version, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is getting to $30, maybe even 36. You know, you possibly see that 45, etc. But yeah, PLTR is great. 55 billion market cap. I mean, yeah, 55 billion market cap. I like it. Yeah, this could potentially be like an easy one. An easy one. You know, me, I'm looking for the huge bangers. I'm looking for, I'm looking for some big movement. The Teslas, I think Baba could go crazy. But PLTR, the contracts are. I actually got to look at PLTR because I could have literally, when you called it out that one time, and I didn't do it because I forgot about it, I could have put in like 2,000 on those March, like $15, $24 calls, and literally turned it into like 25K in like a week. But I just forgot about it. I forgot about it. That's what messed me up. But yeah, let's move on. Let's look at some more stocks. Tesla. I like Tesla. Google's definitely ready. Like a lot of people, like it's actually funny. Like the people that think Google and Apple are gonna continue to go down in the most bullish time. Like SPY is gonna end up needing to get to 580, and it's not gonna be led. I mean, there's gonna be some Nvidia, some Microsoft, but it's gonna get there at accelerated speed with Apple and Google. We looked at CLSK and Riot and Mar. We looked at all those. Okay, we looked at all of them. If you missed it, you got to follow the Twitter. You got you got to subscribe to the YouTube, and then we'll repost what we did on here on the YouTube. But yeah, let's move on. Let's look at some other stocks. You guys want to look at Lyft and ARM and stuff, and I'm just not really interested in those. But just not really interested. Yeah, I'm just not really interested. Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm actually mad no one's talking about, A. No one said anything about A. And when you look at something like A, this thing's ready to go stupid. This thing is ready to go stupid inside of this huge bull flag, right? It hasn't broken out. It had great earnings. It gapped up for earnings, actually. So you guys know what we talk about when a stock gaps up for earnings. And the measure move is to around 217, just based off of this bull flag that you have right here. All right. Favorite security stock? It's OKTA. OKTA. We were talking about this one for so long. And how it was inside of this multi-year consolidation period that you see right here, and it hadn't broken out, and now it is broken out off our earnings, which is hilarious. and it looks like it's ready to go way back up. Now it was CrowdStrike, but if you guys remember CrowdStrike, we were telling you this was going to end up getting a 372, and I haven't done nothing with this chart. I just kept it here, and we were saying it's going to get to 372, and a lot of people came in here like, no, that ain't right. So it was it was CrowdStrike, but now that CrowdStrike has done what it's done, I would say okay to you. But yeah, I do think I want to get out of here. We found some great stocks. We talked about some good things. If you guys want more information, you got to be inside the Discord and following the YouTube, etc. I do plan on going live, maybe Tuesday or Thursday. I'll figure it out. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. This is a great live stream. I'm telling y'all right now, you need to lock in. You need to lock in. Lock in. Trust me. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out. Peace.